welcome back to Ask an American. My name is Maya.
And I am Chuck.
And today we are going to be talking about schools in America, like the stereotypes versus the reality. So let's start. Yeah.
Okay.
So my first question to you, Chuck, is let's say, for example, when you like watch a movie or something and you just suddenly look at the videos and you just see them like one of them is a nerd, one of them is like a sports player, and everyone like has its own a jock. Everyone like has its own role, yeah. So is it true? Is it really like that everyone has its personality?
Well, I think first of all you got to realize that I haven't been in high school for like 40 plus years.
Yeah.
But yes, it is somewhat like that. There's some blurring of the lines, but yes, there are different people who are nerds and different people who are jocks and other categories, the marching band and so forth. So.
Okay, I did not know that actually. I thought it was different. So like, what is the experience like? Like when you go there, like, did you like ever like have any problems with the people? Or?
No, I didn't have any problems with them. I went to a relatively small school. We had 100 people in each class, so there was about 300. And when I say class, I mean like all of the first class, all of the second class. So all the first class had 100 people, all the second class had 100 people. And we only had the 3 classes in the building, so there was only 300 people in the building. And so you knew everybody. But there were different cliques, if you want to use that word. And then there are different pecking orders within the clique. You know, if you're involved in a really popular sport, you might be more important. If you're involved in a less popular sport, like cross country, you know what that is?
I have no idea what that is.
So it's basically running, but they run only on dirt, across country, like through the hills, over. So it's a race, it's a running race, but it's done usually on a golf course or someplace, not on a track.
All right,
and
I
so
understand.
It's very hard for people to watch. So that's a less popular sport. So those people have less credibility, let's say.
Okay. So like, what's the difference? Is there like a big difference in America between public and private schools? Like, how exactly is it?
I've never went to private school, but public schools, everybody's allowed to go there, and it's done somewhat similar to the way it is in Poland. It depends upon where your address is. So if your address is such and such a place, then you go to that school. And so there's a variety of different individuals there. Very diverse can be. I know that the high school that I went to, that Vicky and I both went to, there was no majority. There was about 40% of the children were white. About 30% of the children were African American or black, and then the rest were Hispanic or Asian. So there was no majority that was 50% or more. But it was all very, very good, and there was no problems between the different races, if we want to use that term. Private schools can be broken down usually into 2 categories. College prep schools that you'll only find in the big cities, and they're very expensive. And the rest of them are usually centered around religion. They're sponsored by a church, they're not as expensive, and they're not as rigorous, if you want to use that term.
Yeah. Actually, like yesterday, I was, revising a bit, and actually, I was like really curious how much it costs. I just searched it up on Google, right? And I saw that like for 2024, like the prices of being there for 1 year in a private school that like prepares you for like for later on life, they cost like $14,000 to $16,000 a year, and for me like that's crazy because it's a lot of money in my opinion. I mean, it's
a lot of money in anybody's opinion. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a friend that I have known for 40 years, and he sent his children to a private school, and he paid about $20,000 a year for each child to go.
Each?
And I was talking to him about it one day, and he was saying the thing that best prepares his children for the future is not going to this fancy school, the thing that best prepares his children for the future is spending time with his family, with him.
Yeah.
The father is far more influential on the child than some $20,000 school.
Yeah.
I also know that you can go to a private school in Warsaw for about $20,000 too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not want that. I wouldn't want that, really, I wouldn't. All right, I've got one more question to you, Chuck. Is there like in America like a really big tendency for people to try their best to fit into these norms, or like are there a lot of like outcasts there, or?
I think people naturally want to fit in, but to be an outcast, a lot of times people who are outcasts strive to be outcast. Sometimes it's for the betterment, sometimes it's for the worse. I really don't have any big memories of that. Going back to your first question about cliques in the school, the clique that I remember most was the smokers. There was a clique of kids that smoked, and that's the one that I remember standing out the most.
Oh no, yeah. All right, so that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.
Goodbye.